I truly believe that my education is what took me from living in a perpetual survival state to feeling a sense of stability. My early life was fairly normal, I would say, until about the age of 5. And then there were circumstances and things that happened in my family that really created a lot of challenges. I very quickly came to feel not loved or wanted, and I think that left a pretty big hole in my existence at that point. And I spent a lot of my youth in survival mode. My freshman year, I was placed into an honors English class. And I think it's important to note the first day, I said to her after class, I do not belong here. Something happened. I don't know why I'm in an honors class. I'm not a good student. I don't do my homework. I do not belong here. The first assignment we had was where we saw ourselves in 10 years. And I wrote this paper following all of her instructions on how I would be a waitress. And that was amazing to me if I achieved that. She gets the paper. I'm told to see her after class. I approach her desk and I hand it to her, and she immediately starts saying, "You think you're funny? You think this is a joke? You think my class is a joke?" And I start crying. She didn't realize that was me dreaming of a life that would feel good to wake up to. When she realized that, she cried, and she looked at me and she said, "I'm so sorry. You are going to succeed in my class, and it's going to be hard, and I'm not lowering the bar for you." I worked hard in her class, and it was the first time I had the experience of someone believing in me. Even when I didn't believe in myself, I didn't want to disappoint her. She truly was the catalyst probably that changed the course of my life in a lot of ways. I think there was a period of time in my life where everything had to happen by me. I think with maturity and experience, I realized things can happen through me and things can happen because of others. You know, I dropped out early my sophomore year because I was in survival mode. I wanted to work. I did become a waitress and eventually a bus driver. And then I had many people that came behind that teacher. I had this assistant superintendent who was saying, "Hey, come meet these kids. I think you'll fall in love. We can support you and put you through a program that's district sponsored to help you get a teaching credential," finishing with not just a teaching credential, but also my master's degree. Spent essentially 15 years in the classroom in California, in Louisiana, then in Texas. Almost from that point, every change has been a response to where I am in life and what my family needed. And that led to me working for a portfolio. I learned a ton about scaling businesses, business acumen, sales and marketing. The more I worked in that mergers and acquisitions, the further I felt I was getting from my heart and what I feel is my purpose, which is to create an impact. And so I started my doctoral program, literally so that I could move my world back and make a difference where I felt it mattered. Shortly after starting the program, I was recruited for the company that I'm with now, Green Our Planet. They were looking for somebody to help them bring their nonprofit STEM education program to help them expand their footprint in the school space and build a sales channel. Opportunity knocked, and I had done all the preparation to be ready for that. We have something called SILT. Can you tell me something about it? There's no version, none, that I could have succeeded without the flexibility and support at National University. That every step of the way when I felt like I'm gonna have to withdraw, like I cannot do all of these things, I do not have the bandwidth, I was met with grace. I was met with all the ways that they can support me, which included letting me withdraw if I needed to. And I felt very supported to make that decision. I was able to just put the pedal to the metal and devote myself to getting caught back up through some of those periods. That would have never happened in a traditional environment. For sure, I would have had to withdraw. Ahead of most cohorts.
Oh, yay us. Woo.
I know. Whoop, whoop, whoop. None of us are going to be perfect all the time, but growth happens mostly through our mistakes. Growth to me is recovery from mistakes or bad choices. Through that, we grow.
So what's your favorite thing that you've done so far?
I have family, and I have people I love that were part of my family, but I didn't have a safe space that housed my family. And to be in a place now where I have that, there's not one moment, 1 second that I'm not aware how lucky I am. I know I'm done. They call it a terminal degree. There's no higher degree I can pursue. It will be the next doorway to the next chapters that I want to write. The thought of walking across that stage and knowing I'm done is overwhelming. It's sad. It's exciting. It's inspiring to myself. It is literally inspiring to think about, I didn't do all of that for nothing. I am going to make it count. I'm going to use it to make a difference. It is my hope that further for me will be educating others.
Good.
I was really always a STEM educator. I've always had a huge heart and passion for understanding the traumas that impact students and to integrate those two things and show other teachers the easiest ways to make sure they're doing that. That would be the greatest success in my mind, that at the end of my life, if I can look back and know that I did that, I would feel my life had purpose. National University creates a pathway for those that aspire to earning a higher education degree. And I'm just incredibly grateful that I didn't have to give up all the other things that I am to also be a student. I didn't feel loved growing up, but I was loved by the education system. I hope that the world will always prioritize loving our children enough to educate them. For me, education is love.